Tonight, the consensus-seeking efforts continue. The heads of the devolved units and members of the county assemblies are in Naivasha amid a growing disquiet. Some warning that they will reject the Building Bridges Initiative report if it is not amended. A firm stand by President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga against a review of the Building Bridges Initiative report threatens to trigger an opposing camp. Tonight we make sense of the BBI report on Pandits Night. I am Abubakar Abdullahi. Our sports reporter Dennis Otieno will be bringing us the latest in sports. And Dennis joins us briefly now. It is air for Aston Villa. Dennis, is it?
Indeed, Abubakar Abdullahi. Aston Villa is one team wreaking havoc in the English Premier League, beating the title defenders 7-2 and going on ahead to beat Arsenal by 3-0. Locally, we have Harambee Stars intensifying their preparations for the 2021 AFCON competition against the Comoro. This and more coming your way. Abubakar?
Well, that is our sports reporter Dennis Otieno, who will be bringing us the latest from the fields. But first, these are the stories making headlines tonight. Tonight, scientists say the first coronavirus vaccine is 90% successful. This even as the virus raids Nakuru County, claiming the life of Hell's Gate MCA.
We'll be making more restrictions in consultations also with the national government.
Also tonight, governors and MCAs are meeting in Naivasha to deliberate on the BBI report. This as leaders from the pastoral communities pledged to support the BBI report. Plus, Tanzanian ex-MP God Bless Lema released from Kajiado police station after his arrest at the Namanga border. He was allowed to live in Kenya under asylum. Tonight of all nights, Anne Wairimu is our sign language interpreter. TV47 News Tonight with me, Abubakar Abdullahi, begins right now. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. To our top story now, and health experts from Pfizer and BioNTech drug manufacturing companies now say that the experimental COVID-19 vaccine is 90% effective. This as they strategize to seek authorization for emergency use of the vaccine this month. Pfizer expects to produce up to 1.3 billion doses of the vaccine in 2021. Nanok Lorraine begins our broadcast tonight.
Pfizer and German partner BioNTech, the first drug manufacturers to release successful data from a large-scale clinical trial of a COVID-19 virus, has said the experimental vaccine has an efficacy of more than 90% in its phase 3 clinical trial, a major victory in the fight against COVID-19 that has claimed lives in millions. The duo says they have so far found no serious safety concerns in the vaccine and expect to seek authorization from the U.S. this month for emergency use of the vaccine for people aged 16 to 85 years. The prospect of a vaccine has thrilled the world markets, with Pfizer's shares indicated at 14.2%, higher in pre-market trading in New York, while BioNTech stock was up nearly to 23% in Frankfurt. There are around a dozen vaccines that have reached the final stages of testing, but this is the first to show any results. It uses a completely experimental approach that involves injecting part of the virus's genetic code in order to train the immune system. 2 doses are needed, 3 weeks apart, and the pharmaceutical companies say people are protected a week after the second dose. It has been trialed in the US, Germany, Brazil, Argentina, South Africa, and Turkey. Pfizer believes it will be able to supply 50 million doses by the end of this year and around 1.3 billion by the end of 2021. Outgoing US President Donald Trump in a tweet responded to the market boosts, saying stock market up big, vaccine coming soon, report 90% effective. Such great news. Back home, as the country is in fear of a second wave, 756 new infections have been reported, with the total number rising to 63,244 cases. 728 new recoveries have been reported, with 19 succumbing to the virus. Nano Cloren, TV47.
Elsewhere, at least 23 people in Murang'a County have been arrested for flouting COVID-19 rules as a section of traders in Kisumu County lament over excessive force by police while enforcing COVID-19 regulations. Meanwhile, Nakuru Governor Lee Kinyanjui has hinted in putting more strict measures after an area MCA succumbed to the virus. This and much more from the counties on COVID-19. Here is Mumbi Chege.
As the country continues to witness a dramatic rise in COVID-19 cases and deaths, majority of Kenyans have thrown caution to the wind. In Murang'a County, 23 people, among them boda operators, were arrested for not having on face masks.
Sisi kazi yetu ile kubwa si kushika watu. Na zile mbaya zilikuwa hazifuati sheria, hatutazirudishia license tena. Na wale watu tumeshika pia tutawapeleka kotini ili mkono wa sheria uweze kufanya kazi yake.
Authorities in the area confirming that they recently arrested tens of residents who had locked themselves inside a bar after curfew hours. 89 people were arrested on Sunday in Nakuru County in a club at the city. Nakuru Governor Lee Kinyanjui saying the county is contemplating on issuing more measures to curb the spread of the virus.
We will be making more restrictions in consultations also with the national government, and therefore on Thursday we will make an announcement on new containment measures for Nakuru that will affect businesses and other areas of operation.
In the recent days, Nakuru has recorded an increased number of COVID-19 cases, with the Hellsgate MCA succumbing to the virus on Monday.
There are hotels and more so bars that have continued to work in total disregard of the protocols that we have laid, and in particular last night we were able to find a bar with over 500 people inside after midnight and in darkness, drinking while hiding. Let this also be a warning to those who think that you can hide. You can hide from the police, but you can't hide from the virus.
Meanwhile, a section of traders in Kisumu County have accused the police of using excess force while enforcing the COVID-19 measures.
Walikuja wakashika mwenye anauza nyama. Wakachoma, wakarusa tear gas hapa. Nasikia ilikuwa 5. Tear gas 5. Wakachoma hapa nini? Fridge. Nyama pia ilikuchomeka. Sasa kwa sara hadi wa leo sijafungua.
Huyo kijana hakuwa mmoja wa huyu mwenye alikuwa anaharakishwa. Baadaye alafu akarudi wakabeba hiyo pikipiki ya huyo kijana. Hata saa hii huyo kijana ako police station Kondele, amekamatwa juu anahusika na hiyo maneno ya mask, lakini yeye hakukuwa hapo.
On Saturday, police officers received backlash from the public after allegedly using excessive force at a club along Thika Road. Mumbi Chege, TV47.
Meanwhile, Hellsgate Ward MCA in Nakuru County, John Njuguna Njenga, popularly known as Wasusi, has succumbed to COVID-19. The MCA died at the Nakuru Nursing Hospital. Nakuru Governor Lee Kinyanjui and County Assembly Speaker Joel Kairu have sent their messages of condolences to the families and friends. Njuguna is the second member of the County Assembly to die of COVID-19 after Huruma Ward MCA Peter Chomba, who died last month
through a short illness. So once again, on behalf of the County Assembly of Nakuru, I would wish to send this message of condolence to the family and the people of Hellsgate Ward in Naivasha for this great loss.
Deeply saddened by the demise of the Hellsgate MCA, Honorable John Njuguna Njenga, popularly known as Wasusi. The late Njenga passed away this afternoon after short illness at the Nakuru Nursing Home Hospital. Wasusi was a hard-working and respected MCA, was passionate about education, having worked previously with the national government as an education officer, and resigned to come and join elective politics in 2017. We want to wish the family and friends our prayers and thoughts, and other communications will be made in due course.
May his soul rest in eternal peace. Moving on. The Council of Governors and the County Assemblies Forum will tomorrow meet President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga in Naivasha to present their proposal of the BBI report. Already, County Assembly members are reportedly opposed to a requirement to at least have a degree to be allowed to run for office. And as Musa Salah now reports, leaders from the pastoralist communities have made an about turn to support the BBI report after meeting ODM leader Raila Odinga earlier today.
The Council of Governors and the County Assemblies Forum have already arrived in Naivasha for a 2-day retreat that will be attended by President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga on Tuesday. The meeting is expected to put together the views of governors and members of county assemblies to be included in the Building Bridges Initiative BBI report. The meeting is also expected to woo governors to drum up support for the BBI report.
It would be very good because you start building the women capacity and they also start to learn, how to run for office, and they'll go with you so that you kind of share the strength that you have.
Deputy President William Ruto, through his Twitter page, said it is defeatist to build walls to shut others out while purporting to build bridges. End of quote. Ruto has been calling for several changes in the BBI report. However, leaders from pastoral communities in the country on Monday met ODM leader Raila Odinga to hand him some of their recommendations to be included in the report, as Odinga called upon them to select 3 representatives who will meet with the BBI technical team to further discuss their issues.
And we have resolved to support BBI in totality.
And you say that some of those issues can and will be taken on board. And they have appointed a representative, 3 representatives from here who will actually sit down with the technical team to iron out some of those issues.
The leaders swore not to be left out in the national dialogue to change the constitution, claiming that they have been marginalized for long.
So never again will the pastoral communities be pushed out of the government for day-to-day politics of 2022 and later on allow ourselves to be governed by a constitution that we do not participate. It happened to the people of Northeastern in 1962, 1963, and we regret it.
And we want to take the opportunity to tell our communities, the pastoral communities across the country, that we are on course and you are fully represented, to understand wherever you are that your leaders are representing you.
Narok Senator Olekina Ledama has said that he is happy that all issues concerning the Maasai and pastoralists have been taken into consideration. As the national conversation on BBI continues, President Kenyatta and Odinga are expected to give a footprint to chart the way forward for the BBI campaigns. Musa Salah, TV47.
Now, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha says the government is looking into ways it can salvage the time lost by learners during the COVID-19 pandemic. This as Magoha encouraged scientists in Kenya to compete with their counterparts around the globe in applying for grants that will enable them conduct research other than depending on the government.
A while ago you said something about the road to recovery with the calendar. There's a plan that we're working on.
It is true, but it is premature. It's a process that is ongoing. When we are ready, we really have to go and sit down and crack the nuts. Yes. Then we will come back to it. It's important for Kenyan researchers to come together and, starting with Nakosti, to engage the top grade researchers to write proposals that can go and compete outside there. Rather than saying we are waiting for X amount of money from government, I said the money for research is outside there, it is available, it is free, you go and compete.
You're watching TV47 News Tonight with me, Abu Bakr Abdullahi. Keep talking to us. The hashtag to use tonight is Pandit Night. Send us a message on 22047. Time for us to take a short break. We'll be back with more news after this break. Stay tuned.
Insurance Company Limited. Our vision is to be distinguished as a reliable and innovative Pan-African financial services leader. Our mission is to provide financial security through reliable and innovative insurance solutions. Our core values are integrity, professionalism, reliability, and respect. Our global credit rating is A+ in financial strength. Our group has operations in Kenya, Zambia, Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, and DR Congo. Our products include construction and engineering, marine cargo hull, domestic package, burglary, contractors all risk, cash in transit, motor private or motor commercial, fire and perils. Mayfair Insurance is trusted by corporates and SMEs across Eastern, Central, and Southern Africa. Mayfair Insurance, you are in safe hands.
Get ready to crank up the high fives and get your smile on, cause all of our DSTV customers from Compact Plus all the way to Access are getting 50% off Showmax when you add it to your DSTV account.
That is definitely what I want.
That's right, you get all of Showmax's incredible movies,
Plenty.
local and international series,
Ooh.
and kids shows.
Genius.
At only half the cost, cause the other half's on us. And what's more, they're all on demand, meaning you can watch when you want, wherever you want. To add, just download the My DSTV app, select Showmax on Us, followed by Activate Now. It's that simple. Get all the binge at half the price, with thanks from all of us at DSTV.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Welcome back to the county's television. Thank you for watching TV47 News Tonight with me, Abu Bakr Abdullahi. Let's get to more news now. And Mayu town was today turned into a battle zone by thousands of sand harvesters who engaged police in running battles as they protested the increase of quarry fee for sand harvesting. Our reporter Willie Dennis Njiru has the details.
Drama as it unfolded in the better part of today at Mahiu town. Billowing smoke that turned the transit town black, following street demos by thousands of sand harvesters who are picketing and barricading the roads. Lamenting over 100% hike on the quarry fee that they solely depend on for their basic needs. Earlier today, they converged along the Mahiu Narok Road, parking hundreds of their trucks by the roadside in protests.
Baka tupate suluhisho ndio twende katika ile kazi ambayo tunafanyanga mikono. Watu ni vijana wa Maimayo pamoja na Suswa pamoja na Longonot, na tunategemea hii kijiko
kulingana na ile maneno iko pale na vile walistukia kutulipisha pesa. Sisi haturidhiki na hiyo. Tunataka iwe utaratibu na kazi tutafanya hii watu tukijadiliana na wao. So hatutafanya kazi zaidi ya hapo mpaka tujadiliane na wao.
For others, it was a punitive action for failing to toe the line. These groups of youth have been for ages dependent on sand harvesting and its transportation, and the move for the increment was never welcomed.
Juzi tukaambia mchanga imepanda, ile kitu ambayo hatukuwa tunajua, na ikawa sasa ile gari tulikuwa nalipa 1,000, tunaambia tulipe 1,000 na 2,200.
Serikali yetu ya Kenya wanasema vijana kazi, na sisi tunabaguliwa kazi yetu. Kazi yetu inaendelea kuharibika, inaendelea kuingiliwa na wakora, hatujui hiyo njia inaenda vipi.
They add that they were never consulted in the decision making.
Wakati ambayo wanakuja kuweka hizo mikakati ya kupandisha pesa, sisi hatujahusishwa kama vijana wa kijiko. Na kuna wakati mmoja tumefanya mkutano na watu wa Kidong, tukaenda mpaka kwa ofisi yao, tukakubaliana chochote ambayo mtafanya katika shamba mpaka tuitwe tuhusishwe ili tuone kama hiyo ni mzuri ama ni mbaya, lakini kwa hii hatujahusishwa.
They vowed to continue with the demonstrations until their demands are met.
Serikali yetu hasa gavana wetu wa Nakuru Ricky Nyanjui aigirie katika hii maneno, akuje aseme ni nani ambaye anafaa kulipwa mchanga kule Kidong. Hiyo ndio tini yetu kubwa tu. Tukiabua ni huyu tutakuwa tukilipa. Sisi tuko tayari kulipa yeye na tuko tayari kulipa kwa ile utaratibu na kwa bei ambayo inawezekana.
Tulipishwa mchanga mara moja, tuingia pale kwa shimo, tuchote mchanga na turudi twende kwetu.
The demonstrations caused a snarl up along the busy Naivasha-Nairobi C67 road before the police dispersed them.
Idadi ya wale watu wanategemea mchanga wala hasa vijana wa vijiko moja kwa moja ni zaidi ya 8,000.
Reporting for TV47 from Maima here in Nakuru County, I'm Willie Dennis Njiru.
Moving on, the family of Barack Obama in Kogelo hopes that the election of Joe Biden in the U.S. will boost the economy, not just in the U.S., but also in the country. This as Trump continues legal challenges. Lynette Gidwa has the details.
As the U.S. presidential election descended into a chaotic aftermath of legal battles this past week, President Donald Trump threatened more legal challenges over results in Michigan and Pennsylvania, the major swing states. However, Hussein Obama, cousin to Kenya's son Barack Obama, has expressed optimism in future business endeavors following Joe Biden's reign as U.S. president. This giving a boost to the perpetually hard-hit economy.
In terms of bilateral, trade, Kenya has got a lot to do, to gain from a stable U.S. economy and, a conducive environment, to make the economy thrive.
The World Health Organization has congratulated the president-elect and is hopeful to work very closely with the Biden team. Trump had already threatened that the U.S., the biggest World Health Organization financier, would pull out of World Health Organization.
We congratulate President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, and we look forward to working with his administration very closely. We need to reimagine leadership built on mutual trust and mutual accountability to end the pandemic and address the fundamental inequalities that lie at the root of so many of the world's problems.
The candidate's supporters in India and Ireland, the winning duo's countries of origin, have taken to the streets in celebration.
Tolasendrapuram villagers, we are very happy that Kamala Harris is going to win the US election. From yesterday, we are excited on the final result. Now we are hearing positive news. We are waiting to celebrate the victory in our village.
Lynette Gidwa, TV47.
Elsewhere, Tanzanian opposition politician Godbless Lema was today released after spending almost 10 hours in custody at the Kajiado police station. Lema was arrested along the border of Namanga when he tried to seek asylum in Kenya. He claims that his life, however, is still in danger. His lawyer, George Wajakoya, however, called upon the police department to be keen when assigning police officers along the border point, accusing some of failing to understand international law.
That our client was going to claim an asylum. The police at Bissell, the police officer at Bissell, decided to communicate with the police officers across the border in plain view of our client, whereby he was communicating to them, telling them that, look, the guy has been arrested, we are with him. Since when did the police officer of a very junior rank, of an inspector, a junior officer in police, take to himself to look into international issues, talk to the counterparts across the border, to detain our client, and then insinuate issues that this man was running away? I would like the Inspector General of Police from today onwards, plus the Minister for Internal Security, as well as the President, to make sure that next time they are appointing a senior police officer, they should appoint an officer who really understands international law, not these stupid police officers who have no idea of what international law is. I am very sorry, I'm a former police officer, and I'm speaking with bitterness when I see matters being violated, matters of international concern.
Moving on, the Kenya Railways Corporation is projecting to transport at least 150,000 Nairobians every day when the Nairobi commuter rail service will be launched. More locomotives have been bought and more train stations built within Nairobi Metropolitan Services. Mwangi Maina has that report.
It is a situation on Nairobi roads every day. Whether early mornings, midday or late evenings, snarl ups are almost synonymous with the city of Nairobi. Plans to ease congestion in the city under the sun has proved futile, but the Ministry of Transport, Kenya Railways Corporation and the Nairobi Metropolitan Services hope the revamping of the Nairobi commuter rail service will be the solution to the incessant transport menace in the city.
If you look at some of the very big cities globally, actually all cities globally, you will not find a city which does not have a rail system because it's the most efficient in terms of time, the safest in terms of transportation. And so if you look at, say, big cities like London, New York, Paris, they developed to be what they are because of the use of the rail system, commuter rail system within.
Transport Cabinet Secretary James Macharia adds that the rail service will come in handy in solving the traffic congestion menace, reduce travel time to commuters, and a more cheaper and convenient mode of transport within Nairobi.
Congestion has cost this city billions and billions of shillings. And so, as we develop Nairobi City, as we look at the future of the Nairobi City, we had to make sure that we integrate the road transport and the rail system.
Kenya Railways Managing Director Philip Mainga projects that at least 3 million people will use rail transport within Nairobi every month.
Expecting every 1 hour that will be having about 40,000 people exiting and then getting through this station within 1 hour to 2 hours. That number will translate from 30 or 40 to around almost 150,000 people per day, and ultimately we are trusting that we'll be moving 3 million passengers per month through these stations.
With 10 new train stations constructed within the Nairobi Metropolitan Service, Transport Principal Secretary Charles Nyiga says the project is geared up to lifting the status of Nairobi City as well as improving the livelihood of its dwellers.
We have now gone and built 10 new stations within the Metropolitan, and now we have brought in diesel multi-units. And the significance of that is that you see the current trains that we have, they only have the engine is on one side. With the diesel and that means that when the train arrives, say, to Syokimau, you have to take out the head and take it to the other side. And that, from a time perspective, it costs a lot of time. So we are progressively making very good progress.
Nairobi Metropolitan Services Director General Major Mohammed Badi says traffic jams in Nairobi will be a thing of the past with a more efficient, affordable and convenient mode of transportation with the trains back on track.
Only say it will be sustainable, but it may increase in the future due to demands. So this is one way which will greatly reduce traffic jam. Remember, right now there are some inconveniences. People have to take matatu from Soikimau into CBD. But now it will be very convenient because these trams will be operating from here to Soikimau and here to airport. That will really reduce the traffic jams to the airport, reduce time of traveling and convenience.
The revamping of the Nairobi commuter rail service is being undertaken jointly by the Nairobi Metropolitan Services, Kenya Railways and the Ministry of Transport. Mwangi Maina, TV47, Nairobi.
You're watching the county's television, TV47 News Tonight with me, Abubakar Abdullahi. Half an hour past 9 p.m. Time for us to take a short break. We'll be back with more after this break. Don't go too far.
When it comes to pimple care, Acne's Creamy Wash contains multiple vitamins and removes excessive oil and dirt. Acne's Toner rejuvenates skin. Acne's Sealing Gel fights bacteria. Use Mentholatum Acne's for clear and smooth skin every day.
Experience the luxurious, airy, and elegant spaces with soothing ambience at Bamboo Loft. We are your home away from home. These creative workspaces are tastefully designed to inspire you to take on your next project. Bamboo Loft is where comfort meets convenience. Its ideal location in the heart of Westlands provides you with quick and easy access to offices and amenities within Westlands and the CBD. Book with us today to reserve your spot.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more. Like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola, taste the simple joys.
Looking for the smoothest writing pen with an excellent grip and long-lasting ink? Kaluma Pen is all that and more. Write your own success with Kaluma Pen.
Baobab Holiday Resort is situated on Baobab Estate Road, off the new Mombasa-Malindi Highway, opposite the famous Bamburi Nature Trail serene environment, with azure waters of the ocean just a few minutes away. Accommodation at Baobab Holiday Resort ranges from luxurious air-conditioned rooms with private bathrooms to self-catering apartments ideal for families and business people. Be it a holiday or a business conference, Baobab Holiday Resort is just the right decision. For booking and reservations, Call us on telephone number 020-800-5498 or 0720-631113. You can also email us on info@baobabholidayresort.com or visit our website at www.baobabholidayresort.com.
Pawenzi is the perfect place to get away from the hustles and bustles of the city. Rest and recharge in our cozy bedrooms as you plan to move around Mombasa. At Pawenzi, we have fully serviced studio apartments, 1-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartments. Enjoy the breathtaking and scenic views from the balcony before you head down to Shandy Beach. Located right off the Malindi-Mombasa highway, Pawenzi is easily accessible and ready to receive you with the joy that is synonymous to Mombasa. Call us today and book your staycation spot.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get to some business news now. And Safaricom half-year net profit has dropped by 6% for the last 6 months, ending 31st September 2020. The net profit dropped from 35.195 billion shillings to 33.07, with M-Pesa revenue declining the most by 6.08 billion shillings, while voice and messaging revenue dropped by 2.79 billion and 530 million shillings respectively. This follows the free transactions to support customers during the COVID-19 period. However, Safaricom CEO Peter Ndegwa has described the performance as good, considering the disruption the COVID-19 virus has caused. Well, from business, it's time for us to get to sports news, and our sports reporter, anchor now, Dennis Otieno, is on standby and joins us on the broadcast. Dennis, what do you have for us from the fields?
Well, thank you very much, Abubakar. A lot is lined up for you in the world of sports, ranging from football, all the way to, the international front of football, where we had Arsenal and the coach talking about, Arsenal and the woes that they succumbed to. But all this, of course, coming up. Now, welcome to Primetime Sports. My name is Dennis Otieno, and we shall start off with local news. Now, the national men's soccer team Harambee Stars has intensified training at the Kasarani Stadium ahead of the 2022 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Comoros on Wednesday. Pacey winger Ayub Timbe, who made the cut to the Jacob Ghost Mulee squad, is confident that Kenya will secure a win to the chances of qualifying for the continental showpiece. Kenya is in Group G along with Comoros, Egypt and Togo, and lies second with 2 points, as Comoros lead standings with 4.
As we know, kama tumesema wametop, kwa hivyo tunajua itakuwa game rahisi, but we have played them before. I think tumewin na tukadraw against them, and I believe team yetu iko strong enough to beat them again. So mimi nasema tu ile design tukijiami poa tutawin this game. First na feel poa ku come back kwa national team, ku come back in the game. COVID jo ime destroy a lot of things, not only football lakini pia ki normal life outside football kwa watu wengi sana worldwide. So mimi ki footballer na pia as a normal human being nafurahi ku come back to let me say to start coming back to normal life. So I'm happy to be here.
Now, from the national level to the county level, where football stakeholders have been challenged to offer extra financial support to women football, especially at grassroots level. Speaking during the 2020 edition of the Solasa Annual Football Tournament in Uasin Gishu County, the organizers claimed the neglect suffered by women football has resulted into wilting on female talent. Calvin Chitwa reports from Eldoret.
15 teams participated in this year's Solasa Football Tournament at the Eldoret ASK grounds, an annual event that is used to create awareness among girls on various issues, including early marriage, drug abuse, dangers of early sex, among others. This year's theme was Kick Corona Out of Uasin Gishu.
Of this tournament was my health, my responsibility. We are emphasizing on people taking responsibility of their health. But the most important thing is letting our girls play.
Organizers of the event noted that girls' teams in rural and urban slums have been struggling to shine without any support from government and sports federation.
Serikali wa support federation iweze kusupport hawa wasichana wetu. Talanta ziko mashinani, lakini unakuta kwamba ligi inaendwa na watu ambao wana afford. Zile timu ambazo ziko huku mashinani haziwezi afford kuparticipate kwa Premier League, wanabaki pale pale, hawaendi mahali popote.
According to participating players and coaches, their teams face so many challenges, but they still remain determined to succeed to promote untapped talents.
Some of the players do not have boots, so you find that they lose concentration and focus because they are expected to be in the field, but at the very time, that is when they are moving up and down to the colleagues to look for boots.
Tunajaribu kucheza Premier League tuko Division 2, so tuna prepare hii tournament tutapea exposure kwanza kwa Division 2.
Division 1 side Solasa Queens came from a goal down to stun the University of Eldoret UOE to win the tournament with 3 goals against 1 at the finals. Champions Solasa carried home 30,000 prize money as second place finishers UOE received 20,000 shillings. Calvin Chitwa, TV47, Uasin Gishu County.
Talk about empowering the girl child. Calvin Chitwa with a very interesting report right there. Now to an international front of football.